Hi everyone, welcome to my channel TCU for Olympiads and JEE. Today I am back with another video on sets, and this is the second video. This is the second video on sets. This is 02. Since this is 02, we will start with question number 4. This is question 4. Let's start with question number 4. It says, in a college of 30 students, every student reads 5 newspapers. Every newspaper is read by 60 students, then the number of newspapers is. In a college of 300 students, every student reads 5 newspapers. Every newspaper is read by 5 students, then the number of newspapers. Good. It's a good question. It is told that every student reads 5 newspapers. This is as students, 300 students are there. So 300 students reads 5 newspapers, right? I'm just rubbing this, sorry. This S is of no use right now. We have to understand this question very much conceptually. Let's see. And 5 newspapers per student, right? Newspapers per student, right? Now another information is given, 60 student per newspaper, right? 60 student per newspaper, right? This is newspaper, 60 students per newspaper. Now what we can do is to analyze this thing. There are 300 students after all. Now let there is one newspaper, N1. It is read by 60 students. Let I'm just thinking of at least. First we are thinking of at least. Exactly, I think let's see the answer first of all. The answer is exactly, okay. And they say at most. First we are thinking of at least, means we are just trying to get the least number of newspapers possible. In order to get the least number of newspapers possible, we are thinking that this newspaper N1 is read by the first 60 students. Let's say first 60 students. Now N2, next 60 students. N3, let's say, is read by the another 60 students. N4, another, and like this. N5, last 60. So there are 5 newspapers if all 300 students read one newspaper each. Now another set, N6 will be here, N7 will be here, N8 N8, N9, N10. I am thinking of like this, as there every student reads 5 newspapers. Sorry, not N10, then N9. These are the 5 newspapers first 60 students read. Now this be N10, N11, N12, N13. Let this be N14, N15, N16, N17. This be N18, N19, N20, N21, N21 here, and N22, N23, N24, N25. So here comes 25 newspapers, right? We will analyze the next case. Now we are just thinking of the next case. What can it be? I'm just changing the pen. Now we are thinking of first. In the previous case, we thought N1 means newspaper 1, 2 for 60 students. Now, first let's say S1 student. First student reads the first 5 newspapers. Right? Second student reads the second 5 newspapers. We have to divide 300 into 60. So 5 groups can be possible. Now S3 5, S4 5, S5 5. These are N1 into N3 N4 N5 N6 N7 N8 N1 to N5 N6 N7 to N11, right? Sorry. This is N5, this is N6 to N10, and so on. N5, N6 to N10, N10 to N15, N11 to N15, N16 to N20, N21 to N25. And now we can see that this thing will be S1, then we will have S6, then we will have S11, and so on. Here we will have S7, S12, and so on. And this will have S8, this will have S9, this will have S10, and in this case also 25 newspapers are coming. So we have got an intuition that the answer can be exactly 25. We have got an intuition. Now let's think of some other way that's just getting the 25 answer. How can we do that? Okay, we can, this is the answer. We can do it by another way. There are 300 students, 5 newspapers, and 60 newspapers per students, right? 300 students, 5 newspapers per student. This is at a student per newspaper. Newspaper. Conceptually, let me think of it once. Here we can do one thing which is very, very trivial and very silly also, but we can do this in so many circumstances. In physics, we do dimensional analysis. We can see the units. We can check the units of these in this question. See, this is students. This is newspaper per student. This is student per newspaper. If we multiply this 1, this 2, and this 3, if we do something like 1 into 2 divided by 3, we will get a figure which is in the terms of newspapers. And this is what our thought is. Means we must get our answer in terms of newspaper. And here we will, if we solve, we will get 25 only. But I am thinking of something else. Conceptually more strong. This is a very silly process, and we are getting the answer as well in this process. Yeah, we can think it in another way, which is nothing but see, there are 300 students, 5 newspapers per student. I am just letting it that every student will get a distinct newspaper. Means then there will be something like 1500 newspapers. Means I am just letting that all are distinct. I am just ignoring this. Ignore. Now we are getting 160 newspapers. Now we are taking into account the third. We are taking into account the third condition, which says that there are 16 students for the same newspapers. Means among these 150 newspapers, Among these 150 newspapers, 60 are identical. We can think in this way. This is a something to be visualized itself. There are 30 students with 5 newspapers each. I am just letting that all newspapers are distinct. We will get 150 newspapers, means something like that, 150 newspapers. Yeah. Now, sorry, we have done a great mistake here. Pardon me for this. This can never come dimensionally, in terms of newspapers. I think, but this is a silly process as well. I have got the strong one, so please ignore the previous portion. Those who have not understood and were contradictory, in my opinion, they were correct right now, because I have done a great mistake right here. Now let's see. We are thinking that all newspapers are distinct. We are ignoring the third condition. Now, after taking into account the third condition, we know 60 newspapers per student. Means 60 students will have the same newspaper. So, since the 60 students will have the same newspaper, 60 newspapers must be identical among this set. Means um, this set has to be divided into 60 groups of 60, 60, 60, so on. So we have to divide this by 60, and on dividing we will get 25. 25 must be our answer, right? And we have got. In order to become it dimensionally, what we could have done is very different from the answer would have been very different from what we are getting. So let's not go into that matter right now. Some square term will be coming and so on. Leave it. This is our conceptual point. We have got 25. Moving on to our next question. This is, let's set A and B be two sets, then A union B whole complement union A complement intersection B is equals to, right? Okay. Now another question we have right now. Okay, let's see. A union B whole complement. Let's first draw Venn diagram. Here is the universal set. This is A, this is B. A union B whole complement is something this region, apart from this, right? But from this is the region, and so this will be extended up to the last. I am not doing so. Now we have to draw the A complement intersection B, right? First I am drawing the A complement. A complement will be this region, this entire portion, and that B will be some at this portion, and we are just taking into account the intersection portion, so I am not drawing the entire B. The intersection with this set is the A complement intersection B, which we have got. I am just rubbing this and drawing it again. So our A intersection B is this region, and this region we are considering, and along with we can so the final thing is this entire thing added with this full. So what is this? One can guess easily from the options as well and from the common sense as well. This is nothing but A complement. So this thing, this is the thing we are getting. I'm just stating the entire thing for our better understanding. This is a complement, so our answer is option A. Yeah, option A. Option A. Moving on to our next question. It is telling A. This is A minus B. Just writing the statement. This is A minus B union B minus A. What is this? This is this, right? And this is also this. This is just a formula. You can prove it by Venn diagram as well, by drawing this Venn diagram and this Venn diagram. But you can understand that in exam we can not just go for just see and check for this option. It's better to know the formula that this is symmetric difference and this is also the symmetric difference, so we have just got B. After all, you have to, if we do the Venn diagram, you have to check all the 4 options, which is a rigorous task. So it's better to remember the formula and do the question very fast. So we have come to an end of this video. With this note of thanks, I am going to end the video here. Thank you so very much for watching the video till the end.